Hi, good evening. I'd like to call the Building Level Advisory Committee meeting to order for the Presumpscot group. It is Thursday, May 27, 2021, and we are beginning our meeting at 5:33 p.m. My name is Roberto Rodriguez, and I'm I'm co-chair of the committee. Councilor Pais Ali, who's co-chair of the committee as well, is currently at a Metro Advisory Committee, so he won't be able to join us. I'm going to quickly go over the agenda and then hand it off to the team for their presentation today. First item on our agenda was to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, of the April 22nd meeting. We're going to postpone that for a motion until next meeting so that we can have a quorum and be able to do that and record it correctly. So then the next item on our agenda is an update on the project. And then after we go through that update, we'll be talking about the next steps for the committee. So having said that, I'll hand it off to Mark and the team for their presentation on the on the project update. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Rodriguez. And we will go through tonight. We have I think we said last time we had a short agenda. Again, we are in a similar situation this evening. And so not a lot of content to get through, mostly just some updates in terms of where we are in the process. There's as we kind of mentioned last time, we're just in the bidding period right now, so that we'll kind of give you an update on that, but there's not a lot of other aspects of the project to share tonight. And so as was mentioned, we have a project update and next steps. That's kind of where the majority of our presentation is tonight. We thought it was still helpful to at least bring everyone up to speed with where we are and keep our consistent meeting time just so we don't lose track of where things are and provide people an opportunity to check in and ask questions if they want. So that's what we're up to tonight. So I get just a reminder, our kind of design statement for the project, a welcoming diverse family, creating spaces for learners to collaborate, grow, and explore. So we kind of keep that in our mindset as we move through. I'm going to ask Lisa to kind of run through all the sort of happenings that are the most recent with Presumpscot. She's been kind of rolling her sleeves up as of late and really undertaking a lot of this. And so Lisa's a good person to bring us all up to speed. Lisa?
Excellent. Well, good evening, everyone. Great to see you. So we'll just take a moment and celebrate that first bullet point. Presumpscot is out to bid today. So it is on the street for contractors. So yay. We have all three out. So that is huge. And we'll start to entertain questions from contractors. We'll have the mandatory pre-bid walkthrough on June. Actually, it's been changed to the 9th. It's on the Wednesday at 10 a.m. So we'll fix that typo. And then the bid opening is scheduled for the 24th at 3 p.m. We've met with Angie a couple times to talk about moving and logistics around that, and she's got it all taken care of and has her team up to date on what's happening, and we're getting her boxes and everything for that. So we'll start to meet some more with her to make sure that everything is in alignment to get folks moved out of the portables, packed up and moved out of the portables so we can get those relocated this summer. We continue to meet with the facilities team on a weekly basis, as well as with CHA, who's the owner's project manager, to make sure that we have everything in alignment for the project. And then we had a public hearing with the planning board that took place on May 11th. So we're finalizing everything for that so we can get the official approval from them so we can start to apply for the building permits. And with that, we are targeting a ceremonial groundbreaking this coming fall so that when kids and students come back to school, we can celebrate that huge milestone. I'll pause there to see if folks have any questions. No questions.
I was just gonna say, if there's any questions, just unmute yourself and jump right in, because we can't see the screen participants.
Yes, I just wanted to just to thank you guys for getting everything. I know that you had to move some things up to be able to meet the timelines that the city procurement office had set for us. So I really appreciate you guys getting moving this to the date that they needed it, so that it's actually out on the street on schedule. So really, really glad about that.
Absolutely. No, communication was key with them, and they worked right alongside us to get that out today. So that was very helpful.
Yeah, so at just kind of a note in terms of where we are with the other projects, because I think sometimes it's helpful just to understand right now the Longfellow, as I think we all know, is under contract, and so the contractor is kind of gearing up for that. There's been a pre-construction meeting on Longfellow, and straightening out some of the last minute coordination items with portable classrooms and things like that. The good news is you folks already have portable classrooms on site, so we just have to move them. So that's good and bad news. But and then with respect to Reiki is right now being priced by the contractors, and so there are questions coming in almost daily. But the question period is over for the Reiki project, and so we're gearing up for the bid opening for Reiki, which when the prices come in, and we think we've got 3 contractors actively kind of digging in to price that, but we'll know officially when the bid opening comes. So there's a little bit of overlap, but so a contractor that may not get the Reiki project, there's possibly and probably still time, because of the overlap is pretty minimal. There's time for them that if they're interested, they could bid on the Presumpscot project. So, and we actually think your project is the most I guess, or the contractors are most interested potentially in it. It's a little bit shorter project, and sometimes it's a little more attractive to some of the contractors. Mm-hmm. So with that, I think we can move to the next slide, and I'll wait for maybe Roberto. Yep.
I'm sorry, Mark. Can I just jump in?
Please.
I just wanted to ask for a moment, Principal Taylor. Angie, how do you feel about the moving plan, and is there anything in particular that you think we either need to, or that you want to highlight of how we're communicating with families about it? I know that's always a big part of your work there at the school.
You're on mute.
Maybe the chat?
That's right. Appreciate it. We can, Mark, if we want to just kind of plant the flag on this and come back, I think that's fine. I just wanted to get her perspective, and no particular reason.
No, very good. All right. And so that's what's kind of been ongoing in the background here for the last month since we last met, is a lot to do with getting the drawings ready for the bid, as well as the permitting to the planning board. So that's the big effort, and the next big effort as we go from now to the next month is going to be answering all these questions that we have from contractors through the bid period, and getting ready for the bid opening itself. So that's what we can expect moving forward in this next phase here. And I don't know if Principal Taylor has the headset operable now, and
well, I think I might. Does it work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to go back to the old school way of doing things there. Things have been actually really. I want to knock on wood. This has been really easy so far. Communication's been great with everyone. yeah, we're ready to go. We're just talking about how many days it'll take them to pack. Central office has been really helpful as well, trying to make sure that teachers are going to be paid if they go over a certain amount of time. It doesn't feel like it's too stressful yet. And we're just, and in terms of communication with families, I think we've been pretty good about communicating on a regular basis. I think this is going to be really great that we have some dates now. And I cannot wait to put that out to everyone, including my staff. So I think it's been a great process.
Well, that's really good to hear from you. I think all of us who've ever been involved in any move, be it personal, local, or across the country, there's a level of stress that comes with it that obviously builds up as we approach the moving date. So appreciate you feeling so confident. We are as well. We feel so good about the team. But I've said that I've had the opportunity to be on the board while there's been some of these moves because of building work. So I'll tell you what I've said to other administrators, that you can tell a lot about your friends and who shows up when it's time to move, right? So I'm offering you any help that you need. I'll make myself available, and I'm one of the friends that has a truck for whatever it's worth. So I'm more than happy to help you at any time. So give me a call.
Thank you so much. We're going to take you up on that.
Excellent. I'll move, but we can certainly come back to any topic item if we need to as well. But in terms of our next steps, as Lisa mentioned, it's the pre-bid walkthrough will be on the 9th, not the 8th, but and that gives the contractors an opportunity to see the scope and hear about the requirements during the bid process, what they're going to be required to provide, and how they can ask questions and all of that stuff, where they can find the drawings. So that'll give them a good introduction into the project itself as they start to prepare their prices, or if they hadn't already started preparing. There's also a DABC meeting on the 17th and a tour of Lyseth. So that's we're really excited to. We think this will be an in-person tour, and so that's pretty exciting to see that as it gears up for its final phase, which is a lot of the common hallway spaces throughout the building is really one of the big last pieces left. But so that's coming right up around the corner here. We'll blink and it'll be here. And then, as we said, the bid opening will be right now it's scheduled for June 24th at 3 p.m. So that's what we have as a target date. And so we work with the City of Portland Purchasing Department to kind of establish that. We don't want that date to get too far out because, again, we're pushing it in terms of getting a contractor on board and getting as much work as we can get done this year, really not even just this summer, but this year. And so we're being mindful of that. But I won't say that it's impossible that it would move, but because there are times where we get information from contractors that say there's a real reason that they would like to move the date, but we're being very careful about that and holding to about a 4-week bid period. The next item is our this group again meeting on the 24th, June 24th. So that'll be the same day as the bid opening, the currently scheduled bid opening. So, and so we'll keep everyone informed as we get closer to that with what the agenda is for that meeting. But we'll, right now, our time slot is scheduled for the 6:30 time slot at the next month meeting. So, and then, as also we mentioned on the previous slide, groundbreaking, the ceremonial groundbreaking will be in the fall as sort of things get a little after that real wonderful start of the school year and all the energy that goes into that. We'll kind of look at how this time, the appropriate time for doing the groundbreaking in the fall, and get people excited not only for the start of school but also for the start of construction. So, or at that point, the continuation of construction. So, and so we'll pause here for a second. That's kind of, I think, our update tonight here. So again, a very brief one, but
Mark, it's probably worth, it's clear, but by the time that we meet next, at the next meeting, assuming that the bid opening doesn't get pushed back, we should be able to inform the group as to whether there was an acceptable bid, and also whether there will need to be any kind of value engineering or anything like that.
Well said. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and then just to sort of fill that out, our goal, if we don't have to do any kind of value engineering, would be to call a special meeting of the school board the following week to approve entering into contract with whoever that contractor is, or if not that, some kind of a meeting of the DABC and the school board to begin to work on the value engineering of the project.
Absolutely.
And just, I don't know that everybody knows this, and I barely know it, so I'm just going to say it, is value engineering means that we need to pare back what we're able to do in order to be able to meet our budget. So that's the gist of that.
Again, well said. I think you're getting so good at this, Javier. By the time we get through all these construction projects, you'll have another expertise.
Super thin knowledge here.
And I'm sorry, to clarify, you said that by the 24th, you would this committee be involved in any of the value engineering decisions? No, right? It'll be to the DABC. Okay.
And the school board, of course.
Well, very, very good. Again, we look forward to hopefully some great news at our next meeting, and we'll see how everything goes through our bid period here. But we also, right now, we're on the verge of the longer weekend here in a Memorial Day weekend. So everyone, please enjoy a great, restful weekend. And thank you very, very much for your time tonight.
Great. Thank you, Mark. So, Superintendent, just a little bit of help. In lack of a quorum, how do we take a motion to adjourn? We don't.
You can't. You just have to stay meeting for all of eternity until people, appear. So for those of you who want to leave, you better start texting your friends and telling them to show up for this meeting to get us out of the eternal meeting. So sorry, that's just the way it goes.
Thank you for volunteering too. So in the absence of eternity here in this meeting, I'd like us to maybe just conclude it and then try to have the minutes reflect that we did not have a quorum and that we're finishing our meeting at 5:51 p.m.